Good afternoon, evening, everybody. We're broadcasting from Cape Town. The sun hasn't even gone down yet, and we still have pretty much light around us. I think other parts of the country, it's dark already. We got a program together because of this particular month being such a hectic month as far as trades, and then you'll have a lot of traders getting sidetracked and spending time shopping and having parties and stuff like that. And yet, while some people are spending money, some people will be making a lot of money. So what we want to do is we want to make the trading a little bit easier in the sense that trading has become very sophisticated for the 21st century trader, and somehow we have managed to physically and manually work out which coins to trade for December. And yesterday I had a chat with our friend Driekus, and I asked him to put the information in on his bot, and he will do some explaining just now, because he is the guy that the creator and inventor of the bot. He had somebody help him build it, but he can explain to you just now. And the idea here is to maximize our trades, because here is a real case scenario, and I think a lot of you have this scenario at the moment. Earlier on during the month, I put out a presentation with a funnel, and when I spoke to some of the traders recently, it didn't seem like they had followed that funnel at all. They were still sitting with, I've seen traders with up to 20, 25 coins. I sat with a trader yesterday, and fortunately they don't need the money soon. They've got about 25 bitcoins trading, and they don't need to use those funds. But what we really want to do is we want to keep our funds, channeling our funds back into Bitcoin. So if any of the coins that we are trading is not moving up and we are breaking even, or we made a little profit, we want to maybe sell it back to Bitcoin and get it ready to sell to buy something else. And here's a trap that all of us are going to find ourselves in. And it's a very simple trap. Is if I say to you guys, buy red coin, then you're going to say, but I don't have any funds to buy red coin, because you are not prepared, because your funds are sitting in other coins. And then you might feel that you've been cheated because you've been trading something else, and why should you be trading red coin? You don't have any free funds. So you're going to find yourself in a predicament because you found some new coins to fall in love with, and in the meantime you got married and had children with those coins, and now you're pretty stuck with the whole family. You can't just divorce this one, and you're in trouble. But guess what's going to happen? And I'm not sure which coin it's going to be, but it's most likely something like red coin or feather coin or Doge coin or something else. But one of those coins is going to go up 10, 15, 20 times its value. And you're still going to be sitting with the coins that are moving slowly, and everyone else is going to be having a party of 10x, 20x, even more. And you're going to say, well, you know what, I thought game credits was going to go up. And I'm not saying it could be game credits that's going to go 10-fold, 20-fold. But yes, just take the scenario. This doesn't happen every month. This doesn't happen every year. And we have to be prepared for it when it comes. So the idea of bringing Driekus aboard is simple. He has the artificial intelligence, the software, the computer software that's reading the markets and telling us what is good ones to buy and which ones good ones to sell. We are going to, however, categorize our buys and sells into two categories. So we're going to do it short, quick profits. So that will be category 1 or category 2. So if you get a signal which would be a 1 minute or 2 minute or a 5 minute signal, that means you are sitting in front of the screen and you want to make a quick buck. You want to make 5, 10, 15% in the next half an hour or an hour or something like that. But if he gives a category 2 buy, in other words, it's a 30-minute or a 4-hour or a 1-day buy signal, then that is a category 2. It's not something that needs to be worried about and needs to be sold within a day. Maybe 2 or 3 or 4 days, because your digibytes, your red coins, your Doge coins normally take 3 or 4 days to reach their peak before they start retracing and dropping. So what I'm going to do now is Driekus has prepared a short presentation for us, and you before I put him on, I'm just going to go through the chats already. Herman asked, what is the maximum amount of money you advise to trade per coin? All right, so depends on which coin you're trading. Have a look at this coin, for instance, this game credits. Hopefully you can see my screen. This coin has very small orders over here. So what I suggest is, if I'm trading a coin that I'm expecting to go 10 times its value, I'm going to try and place as many orders as possible. So my smallest order or my biggest order I normally place is 0.001 or 0.0013. So let me just put it down in the chat box so that you can see 0.001 is the norm, but it could go as low as 0.007 to 0.0015. Those are the minimum buy orders. And I stick to those, especially when it comes to very high sell prices. I had a trader that had 0.04 per sell order. Yesterday, cancel all their hundreds of orders, because we want this market to go up quickly. We don't want it to, some of you like cowboys, you want to just sell at 2% or 5% and make a buck, quick buck. Now you're going to be kicking yourself if you do that during these bull runs, because it might take 15 or half an hour to get past your order, but when you look again, you're going to be chasing the price higher and higher, and you're going to lose out a lot of profit. So I'm advising you all to place tiny orders. Let's see. That's all the questions up to now. All right, so you guys can carry on typing questions if you want to. I'm going to give Driekus and I'm going to unmute him. Can you unmute? Okay, Driekus, all yours.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thanks, Real. All right, let me share the screen. Real, you just need to switch off your screen sharing.
I'm just going to say, yeah, I'm going to do that quickly for you. For share. All right, then is it paused? Okay, stop share. All right, go for it.
There we go. All right, can you guys see my screen, Real?
Yes, we can see.
All right, the indicator is called Crypto Trader Extreme. It's my fifth indicator I've developed. It started off small, 1 or 2 indicators built into one, and this one is actually pretty big at the moment. Let's see here. To give you an idea, this is what the indicator currently looks like if you don't have the plugin or don't see it. It's a combination of 5 different indicators built into one. It's popular to non-popular indicators. It's the RSI indicator, the stochastic indicator, it's the CCI indicator, the relative volatility index indicator, and your Bollinger Band indicator, percentage indicator. So what needs to happen here for us to get a signal is all 5 of these indicators need to be oversold or overbought at the same time for it to give us a green bar through the screen that gives us a buy signal. The candle needs to close, so whichever time frame you're on, if it's in 1 minute and it closes while it's giving the signal, it shows a buy signal. If it pops down, it gives you an alert, but if one of the 5 indicators pulls up too fast, it won't show you this confirmation basically on the screen. If we go down to the sell signal, a similar, all 5 indicators need to be overbought. For instance, here were 3 candles in a row where it was overbought. Eventually this came down to about 149 if I remember correctly. Now this is what my page looks like currently. I don't see any other indicators. I just get the buy or sell signal. Green is your buy signal through your screen. And when you get a red bar, it's a sell signal through the screen. You buy down here when you get a buy signal. On this current coin, it moved up pretty nicely. Here's a sell signal. It went down, came back a little bit up, and went back down again. Here's a pretty decent trade on a daily time frame. Bought down here, eventually sold at the top here. Took 75 days, but took about 466% on this trade.
That's brilliant.
So that's basically the indicator. Are there any questions so far?
Right, let the guys, you type your questions in the chat box. I'm going to discuss this. I'm going to ask you questions.
That's fine.
Because I know, I was some kind of involved in your beginning teething days on this, and I was kind of challenging you on some of the aspects of the indicator. And
for sure,
one of the things that I was talking to Driekus about is obviously there is the risk factor involved. There is that, well, you could have bought it at the early or sold it at an earlier place or bought it a bit later. There's always that factor. Is that right, Driekus?
Of course. I have a second page where I'll show examples of possibilities, things that could happen. With news, anything that happens in a market, for instance, on this one, turned around and went up immediately, which was nice. But news like a week ago with Binance in China, that caused Bitcoin to drop. So it dropped further and gave a few buy signals, but it went way past. So there's a lot of things that could have an effect. The best way is to use the indicator's indication. Get an indication when the market is moving, do your analyzing, and take it from there. There's different strategies we can use on the indicator.
Well, also explain the thickness of the lines to the people.
All right. So basically, let me go back. There was one. For instance, here, this was 3 candles in a row that gave us a sell signal, meaning for 3 minutes, it was overbought all 5 indicators at the same time. So it kept on giving us a sell signal. The closer and the more candles we have like this, it doesn't happen often. It's a pretty good indication that the market is going to drop. but mainly you get one candle most of the times giving you a buy or sell signal. Once in a while it goes to 2 or maybe even 3.
All right, so one of the questions that was asked by Martin, we got actually 2 Martins in the team, was does it tell you the amount you need to buy with at the time of the signal? So the quantity of Bitcoin that you need to use or can use.
No, that will be every trader's own decision and his own risk management of his portfolio.
Absolutely.
I won't have anything to tell me how much I should buy because it can't be
Well,
if it trades, I don't think it's better. Yeah, I'm gonna open my example page. Hello.
Yes, you were almost gone there a moment. One of the
Hello.
your voice was breaking up, although I could still hear you. One of the questions that was asked by Luke is, what's your percentage average on successful buys signals?
Mine is pretty good because I don't close a single trade if it's not in profit.
Okay.
So I'm willing to wait for a trade to reach at least I'm doing minimum of 2% profit on a trade.
Yes.
So far this year, I've had 6 trades in a minus, but it was human error where I made a mistake and closed them myself.
Okay.
I have a few trades still open, but I'm not worried about it.
Yes. Okay, just to tell the guys that this is not a bot that trades on your behalf. This is a bot that tells you, hello, you need to go and place that order. Hello, you need to go and sell that order. So if you get you get impatient and go and place a sell before it gives that's your up to you.
That's correct. I've tested a lot of bots my previous days, and mainly on Forex and everything, and had huge losses because news came out, market went rocket or dropped rapidly. So the main reason for this is I'm still in control. I decide when I want to trade, if I want to trade, if I want to close the trade or leave it. So it gives everyone the option. You're still trading, but you have an indication of telling you when to look at the markets. There's possibilities of making profit here or taking profit here.
Yes. And coming back to that previous question that Martin asked about how much to trade with, that is where I come in to help you. I will tell you guys, look, the red coin, you can see an average of 5 to 10 Bitcoins per Satoshi. You can go crazy with a coin like that. But when it's a small, low volume coin, you rather stack some heavy orders down and small orders up. So I always tell the guys, buy down heavy, but stack up light.
I totally agree. I'm going to run through the examples to give the guys a better idea. Just see. Here's an example on Cardonia on a 1-minute chart. It gave us a buy signal. 34 minutes later, it gave a sell signal. Took 3.5% profit on this trade.
Great.
Here's one on 5 minutes. It took a day and about 20 hours to take 8.7% profit. Here's another 5-minute one. 21 hours for 3.5% profit. 15-minute chart. The longer your time frame becomes, the longer apart your signals is. So the longer the time frame, the longer the trade's going to be. For instance, on a 15-minute chart here, 28 days for 11, let's say 12%. Here's an example of where we got a buy signal up here, the market dropped, and we got another buy signal before giving us the sell signal. Since the last buy signal was 3 days and gave us 24% on the bottom trade, I can't remember the correct amount of percentage at the top trade. But as you can see, both trades were in profit.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is something that I thought we need to discuss with the guys. If you are into short-term trading, 1 minute to 5 minutes, is that you reckon that 5 minutes is like also a short trade? Eh?
Yes, but I've had 5-minute trades that took a month before they made me this decent profit.
Yes. So your 30 minutes and upwards would be then the ones that might take days to complete.
That's correct.
And with that, if you get a buy order on a 30 minutes or a 4-hour graph, that means you still have time to buy it. And when you get the sell signal, you still have time to sell it. It's not like a 1 minute to 5 minute that when you get the sell signal, you need to take action soon.
Even on the 1 and 5 minute, if you get let's say for instance, a buy signal and you're a little bit late, a lot of times the market loops down before coming up.
Yes.
So it still gives you opportunity to buy or even stack a few orders lower. And if they trigger, you get into the market this way.
I think you told me that when you started doing that you started making like 3 to 5% more.
For sure.
Yes.
A lot more. I'll put my trading view up now, and I'll also go through a few strategies everyone can use, so they can decide what strategy they do want to use. Here's another 1 hour chart. It gave us 2 buy signals in 2 hours. The bottom trade, the biggest trade was 9.8%. It took around 13 days. Here's an example on a 4-hour chart. It gave us 3 buy signals before it gave us a decent sell. The latest trade and the bottom trade took 52 days, but it gave us 98% profit on that trade.
You know what? There's obviously pros and cons to them have bought at the first one, but what's nice is if you still got funds, you can buy the second and the third one, or if you miss the first and the second one, you can buy the third one.
That's where the risk management of everyone's own portfolio comes in. Yes. You need to decide what kind of trade you want to put in. Yes. Do I put all my money on this trade or rather trade constantly and small amounts?
Yes. All right. So another question that Martin is asking is, obviously what you're trading versus what we are trading is, the answers are going to be different, but he's asking, what are the top 5 coins that you're trading?
Well, you guys won't believe me. Real knows I'm only trading Bitcoin at the moment, but I trade on a different perspective and totally a different high risk way.
Yeah.
But
and then you also ask, so we have to stack down after we receive the buy order? Yes, definitely. Unless you see like 3, 4, 5 green candlesticks and the price is just going up, always stack further down after you got the signal. So the signal basically prepares you, tells you you need to go in front of the screen, you need to start taking action now.
That's the main thing. It gives you an indication of there's possible action. Have a look at the markets. It's a very long trade. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Digibite, yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Here was a very long trade. It took 954 days from buy to sell, which gave 1,438%. But here's an example. It made a huge spike. So that's where we're still in control. You could have decided to sell up there if you saw it. What happened here probably was it spiked up and came down too fast to confirm a trade, but it would have given us an alert saying there's movement, go and have a look at the trade.
Yes, well, these are the coins I specialize in. So I wouldn't be too concerned about waiting for the closing trade. These are the days that you would be sitting in front of the computer. I remember in March, that March 2017, the coin was 29 satoshis. Then it shot up to 2,700 satoshis from 29. So the guys that had their money in there made a killing. They could go on holiday for like 2 years.
See, okay. Here's an example of where we got a buy signal and the market dropped further down. This is an ideal situation to start stacking, to stack your orders down. If you did it down far enough, you would have taken probably decent amount of profit here.
Yes, so that's also the one of the things that a person, now that's Litecoin. So I mean that's a more mainstream kind of coin. But if I saw a buy signal there where the buy signal was, and then I saw it went even much lower, I would have then bought some more in at that much lower price. So there's always the risk when you don't know the coin's history and its patterns, then to just go like all in and gamble with it. But at certain times of the years, some of these coins, and I've given Driekus, was it 12 or 13 coins to have a look at?
13.
Yes, so we're looking at 13 different coins to trade. One of them might be Litecoin. It's but Litecoin and Ethereum show very small profits in even in their best bull runs because they are mainstream. There's a lot of money in it. The orders are high and the markets don't move that fast.
And another reason why I put this slide in is because look at the buy signals and look at the sell signal. The sell signal wasn't in profit.
Yes.
I don't sell any trade if it's not in profit. I've worked out a spreadsheet for myself where I calculate every single trade. And when I do get a sell signal, I go and check which of my trades, what's the amount is in profit, and I only sell that. I never close a trade if it's not in profit. I'm willing to wait the time for the trade to go back into profit before closing it.
Right.
Then here's another example of the markets just starting to run. For instance, here it started giving you the sell option, but the market just keep on going and keep on going. So it happens that you get more and more and more sell signals before it goes down. Also, it's a good indication of after the first sell option, the market can still go up a little bit before coming down. It might even run away, but there's an instance of news or something happened like in 2017 when the markets just went and kept on running. Here's an example of a buy signal. Cardano just kept on dropping and it keeps on buying, giving buying signals. While on this page, I would like to share a few strategies if it's fine.
Go ahead.
All right. The one strategy a lot of people uses, they use the small time frames to stack their trades. For instance, on the first trade here, would have opened a first buy order. On the second one here, would have opened a second buy order. On a third one here, would have opened a third buy order. On a fourth down here, would have opened a fourth trade. So what they do here is they open the trades, and every time it gives us buy order that's lower than the previous buy order that hasn't taken profit yet, they'll open another trade. But they won't open trades in between. So they basically use the indicator to do their stacking down, because it does happen that the market just keeps on going down, 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 and a little bit up. Then they wait for a sell signal, look at their trades, see which ones are in profit, they close it. The second option is to stack, the moment it gives you a buy option here, to stack a few orders down. If the market keeps on dropping, you hit your orders and you can wait for a sell signal to sell, see which trades are on profit and sell then. Then another option is some people buy amount right here. Sorry about that. Let me see. Let me just get back to that page. Sorry. We'll buy up here amount and start sell immediately. So when the market turns around, they take profit. I see I lost connection. Am I back?
Yes, you're there.
So the other option is to buy here and you start stacking your sell orders immediately. If the market turns around, you take profit from there. So any questions, any thoughts, anything I can answer?
All right, so while we're waiting for the other people to type their questions, I was just looking at this. You see, you've got 3 buy signals right after each other there. But if you had stacked your orders down, then you wouldn't have had any worries. So that I think, when still stacking would still, and I've even noticed that you still have a little bit of time, the price still goes a little bit further up after the sell signal has been shown. So there's, after the signal is given, I'm not talking about a 1 minute or a 5 minute. I think you need to be more, accurate there, and we're going to be very specific when we talk. When you see that signal and it's a 1 or a 2 or a 5 minute signal, take note of that. We're going to try and put the strategy every time, but if it's a 30-minute or a 1 day, then it gives you still have time to place that order. Am I right?
That's correct. So you got time. Doesn't matter which time frame it is. For instance, this is a 1 minute. It's still dropped afterwards before going up. So if you can buy lower in where the buy signal originally confirmed, it's just more profit making it upwards again. So a lot of people is busy. I got a lot of people that's business owners and things that's working that doesn't have the time, but I use the indicator to let them win these trades. So when I get time, they go and look and see if the market dropped more, they buy in. If it went up immediately, they just put the buy order there. If it drops down a little, it will kick in and go from there. So there's a lot of ways to use it.
Great. So which platforms do you plug your indicator into?
If you use it on TradingView, it works on any platform that TradingView supports. I'm trading with it on Bittrex and Binance.
All right, so I don't see any other questions. It seems like Mike is also happy. So what we're going to do is, between Driekus and I, because I also have the indicator.
If you see my screen here on the right-hand side, that at the bottom, that's all the crypto exchanges it supports.
Okay, great. So you can even do mainstream coin trading. I mean, US dollar and rand and forex.
Yes, it works on that also, but it's not built for forex. We've tested it on forex a few times. It's not profitable there.
Yes. All right, great. Yes, Martin Strauss asked if it supports all the coins. Just tell them a little what you told me today.
It supports all the coins, but if you look at coins like Redcoin and Dogecoin, because their volume is so low, they hardly ever makes it hard for this indicator to work on. I'm gonna go back here on Cure. Cure gave us a buy signal not too long ago. 99% of the time, every time it gives you a signal, it's a candle that's closing outside the Bollinger Band. So, for instance, if we go here to Dodge, you'll see I can minimize it as much as I want. It hardly ever goes outside the Bollinger Band. So with the volume being slow or no rapid movement from your smaller coins, it might not give you that many signals or any signals at all. Where if you take high volume coins, because they move so rapid, you get a lot of more signals. Where on your penny stocks here, you don't get signals daily or maybe even weekly. But when it gives you a signal, it's a pretty good indication of this good movement coming either way. For instance, here's Cure. It gives us actually two buy signals on. Let me do this. On where it's currently, that's 36% profit on that trade already if it's still open. And if you go from the bottom one, that's 91% profit if you still have that trade open. The bottom one peaked at 115%. That one peaked at 54%. So it's good indications. Is there any coins anyone want us to look at, for instance, to take an example?
Use a coin like Stealth Coin, XST.
All right, let's just load. Let's see if it gave us any signals. Yes, Stealth Coin. So yesterday morning it gave us 3 signals, and since then where it gave us a sell signal was up there. So that was 8% in 18 hours. That's 15% in 17.5 hours. And that's 16.67% in 17 hours and 28 minutes. And as you can see, there's the candle up there. So it gives you decent signals depending on what the market does. Any other coins I should have a look at or anyone want to see?
Okay, somebody just mentioned the USD and BTC.
Okay. All right. Like I said earlier, I only trade Bitcoin USD at the moment. If I go back as far as possible as this trade, the screen would have allowed us. I think it goes back until the 21st of October. Let it just load real quick. Let me see, is it this one? Yes. Let me. Sorry about the slowness, but if you live in the middle of nowhere like I do, signals come and go.
And when you're done with this, we got a request for Feather Coin.
All right, almost done. All right, let's go from here. It will give a good indication. I'm just going to work it back slowly. As you can see here was the first signal as far as the chart goes back, which was the 4th of November. I'm just going to add lines so everyone can see what happened here. There's another one still showing it's going down. So as you can see, we got 3 sell signals. It gave us, as far as the chart goes back, it gave us 3 sell signals before giving us any buy signals. Now I've shorted it Bitcoin a little bit higher than 9,450, and I've closed it yesterday down here and put in my buy orders. I've opened Bitcoin yesterday at $6,717 for a buy, and currently, if you take the percentage, either way, I'm going to do this where it's currently. That's where I opened yesterday. I'm up 5.45% since yesterday. And if you work in where it gave the first sell signal to where it's now, it's dropped 25% since then. Happy on the explanation on Bitcoin?
Sorry, Driekus, repeat that again.
Any other question? I hope that explains Bitcoin a lot. Which was the other coin? Yes, Feather Coin. Let's see if it gave any signals as of yet. All right, so Feather Coin on a 5-minute chart hasn't given any signals lately as we back it. So Feather Coin hasn't given any signals on a 5-minute.
Try a bigger time frame, Driekus.
All right, 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Sorry about this. The internet seems to be very slow suddenly.
All right, don't worry, Driekus. We can do some more stuff on it. I think the guys are just getting excited now, and that's a good thing. The idea was to introduce the concept of having assisted trading, because what is important now is that if we're going to go through the coins, and if the coin has given us a sell signal and we're still in it, maybe we should consider selling it before it drops further and going into buy signals only. So maybe if you got a chance later, just to go through all of those signals again that I gave you, and then say, okay, these are all positive signals so far. Maybe feather coin on a 30-minute and black coin on a 5-minute, and the rest are all sell signals. I think that's about the.
I got the indicator set on 1 and 5-minute alerts that's sending to my phone, and every time it gives me a signal for a certain coin, I'll run through all the time frames and give the different options.
Okay, great. And I'll also see from my side, but I think also the guys must remember, if you've got a laptop or a desktop and you can keep it on logged in 24 hours, because if you get a signal during December to sell and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you don't want, you might not want to spend too much energy trying to log in, because you want to maximize your profits. Here's the other side of the coin. When we're talking about buy and sell signals, is that if you get a buy signal and you buy, must you still stack your coins up? And that's a difficult question to answer, because that's going to be totally dependent on you. If you buy and you wait for the price to go up, and the price goes up and up and up, and you know that you're waiting for a sell signal to sell, but you're going to sell a whole lot. If it's a lot of coins, you might sink the market if it's a small, low volume market. But there you have a coin like Red Coin and Dogecoin. When they go up high, there's a huge amount of Bitcoins, and it doesn't matter. You can dump the whole lot at the top there. So that's just one question I thought of that I didn't see anyone else ask. So anyway, Driekus, we're 5 or 6 minutes already over our time, but I think the guys get a good idea of the concept, and I think the guys are excited. That's why I initially added the extra $200 for everybody for December, because this is extra work and extra time for you to you're spending in the market. So you guys, we're going to start trading. The Driekus is going to help us now already a few days before the end of the month to get into some good trades, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you, Driekus, for being here tonight, and we can't wait to make money together.
Anytime, and I hope we all leave here with pockets full of it.
Yes, great. We are. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Enjoy.
Okay.